Welcome to this week's With Liberty and Justice for Some. Donald Trump has sent the National Guard in to take over policing for Washington, D.C. Is crime that bad in Washington? Well, no, statistically, but it is a big city. Yes, there's crime. There's crime in lots of parts of the country, but the relationship that the federal government has with Washington, D.C. makes it easier for him to do what he's doing, to send in people to essentially take over the policing. But I think there's more to it. I think Donald Trump doesn't want to talk about the big ugly law, people losing healthcare, people losing food assistance, people giving giant tax breaks to the wealthiest and adding trillions onto the debt for the rest of us to pay for. And he doesn't want to talk about the Epstein files because, well, he's likely in the Epstein files. We know that. But I think what he's trying to do is divert attention to what he sees as his most popular issue. And that most popular issue is talking about border security. And the way he likes to talk about it is that he's somehow sending this vast network of criminals across the country that have come into the country illegally, and he's deporting them. And that's what he wants to get back to because honestly, it polls pretty well for him. The problem is it's not rooted in reality. We don't have that many criminals who come here. In fact, I would argue if you come here, you're less likely to be a criminal because you want to stay in the country and you know that would put you in jeopardy. So it's kind of counterintuitive, but he's trying to make everyone think this. And what's a great way to do that? Well, in LA, when there are some actions over ICE coming into the community, there's a 3 square block area that was a little volatile for a little bit. And he sent in hundreds and hundreds of law enforcement through the National Guard into California. Was it ridiculous? Of course it was. It was overkill. But he wanted to say that somehow this is about crime and people who are not from the United States who've come here, and that's who he's trying to deport. Well, it's no different the narrative for Washington, D.C. Again, if you could say these big cities somehow have lots of crime, and if it somehow leaks out to the rest of the country, we'll all be worse off. Yes, it's rhetoric. Yes, it's racist. Yes, it's a lot of things, but it gets you back to a conversation he would rather have than 15 million people losing healthcare, 2.5 million people losing food assistance, people losing education funding, and a whole lot more. So keep that in mind during the next month as there's National Guard in Washington, D.C., that it may not really be about crime at all. It's about the rhetoric of crime. It's about the rhetoric of deporting people. It's about the rhetoric of the border. It's about racist rhetoric that seems to serve Donald Trump quite well. We'll be back with full episodes the week of Labor Day in September, but that's it for this week. Thanks for listening.